What's up, you guys? Welcome to Top 10 Character Moments. Today we're breaking down my list for the top 10 best moments of my favorite Star Wars bad guy, Darth Maul. Or should I say, formerly Darth, now just Maul. Be sure to tune in every Friday to watch my latest top 10 video. In each video, I will break down my list for a specific character's best moments and why I like them so much. Make sure you guys are staying tuned next Friday as I will be breaking down my list for the top 10 best moments of none other than Raven. And to be specific, we will be breaking down her 10 best DC AMU moments. We can definitely break down her moments from other shows such as the Teen Titans in future videos if that's something y'all want. But without any further ado, you guys, let's get talking about Darth Maul and start breaking down a few honorable mentions before cracking the top 10. First up, his introduction in The Phantom Menace. The first time Maul shows up on screen, it's freaking menacing. I mean, look at him, he looks like a menace. A phantom menace, if you will. Revealing himself in Solo. Well, I did not like Solo at all. This was cool. Watching this in the theater made my jaw drop. Screaming Kenobi, because it's so awesome. Deal with it.
Kenobi! Kenobi!
Finally, getting healed by Mother Talzin. We get to see Talzin use her magic to remove Maul's spider legs and replace them with legs made of battle droid parts. Honestly, it's one of the crazier scenes in Clone Wars. Like, I don't think me talking about it actually does this scene justice. Poor Maul looked like he was in so much pain. Alright, let's get into the top list itself. Here we go. At number 10, his interactions with Hondo Ohnaka. Not just one of the funniest characters in the Clone Wars, but in all of Star Wars. For one episode in the Clone Wars animated series, we get to see the serious Sith Lord interact with a funny but also very skilled pirate, and all of it is great, especially this moment.
You will pay for your insolence.
Insolence! We are pirates! We don't even know what that means!
At number 9, Duel of the Fates. I know some of you probably think that I have this moment way too low on my list. That's your opinion. The reason I enjoy Maul's character so much is because of the Clone Wars and Rebels, not Phantom Menace. Regardless, I still enjoyed this moment. We get a great saber duel between Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan versus Maul. Maul kills Qui-Gon, affecting Anakin Skywalker's entire future, while Obi-Wan defeats Maul and we never see him again. Haha, you thought. This was the start to one of the greatest rivalries in all of Star Wars. At number 8, capturing Dooku and Grievous. Yes, you heard me correctly. Capturing Count Dooku and General Grievous of the Separatist Alliance. In the Son of Dathomir comic, Sidious has tasked Dooku and Grievous with hunting down Maul in hopes that he will lead them to Mother Talzin. They get word of a ship leaving Dathomir, which they believe Talzin is on. Instead, it's the Deadly Knight Brothers, who help Maul lead Dooku and Grievous into a trap, capturing them both at the Battle of Ord Mantell. Capturing both the leader of the Separatists and his top general is definitely worth recognition on my list. At number 7, foreseeing everything in Revenge of the Sith. Throughout the entirety of the Clone Wars Season 7 episode titled The Phantom Apprentice, Maul shows us that he's well aware of everything that Darth Sidious is planning, except for Order 66, since he seems to be surprised about that in the following episode. But he knows the galaxy will be remade, the time of the Jedi has passed, and Anakin Skywalker has long been groomed for his role as Sidious's new apprentice. I love this because the dark side clouds the Jedi's vision, but not Maul's. Maul uses the dark side so he could see everything clearly. Number 6, surviving Order 66. I swear I didn't just do that for all the 6s. Besides Ahsoka Tano, Maul has my favorite Order 66 survival moments because he just demolishes clone troopers left and right. It starts off with the hallway scene. Everyone thought Vader would be the only one to have a badass scene like that, and Maul said, "Hold my lightsaber." And then he goes full Star Killer mode in the reactor room. I wonder why that would be. I loved these scenes so much. They showed us why Maul is so powerful even without a saber in his hands. At number 5, his duel with Pre Vizsla. I'm letting y'all know right now that this isn't the only Maul saber duel on this list, because he's had so many great ones, and this is one of them. Freddie Prinze Jr. said it best when he said that this fight is technology versus discipline. The discipline had to take apart the technology in order to overcome it, and overcome it he did. So much so, he chopped Vizsla's head off, claiming the Darksaber, became leader of Death Watch and ruler of Mandalore. Number 4, his duel with his old master, Darth Sidious. Even with the help of his brother Savage Opress, Maul was still no match for the Dark Lord. Sidious was having so much fun during this fight because he normally doesn't get the chance to do this kind of stuff, but when he does, he's gonna go all out, and that he did. The way Palpatine moves in this fight, it's almost like an airbender from Avatar. It felt very graceful. I will say, even though Maul was never going to be a match for his old master, he did put up a good fight, at one point using both his Phantom Menace saber and the Darksaber. But in the end, Sidious defeated Maul and murdered his brother. Nice try, Maul. Nice try. At number 3, his duel with Ahsoka Tano. Ironically, all these saber duels took place on Mandalore in that same freaking palace. But why I like this duel more than others? Simple. It's choreographed. Now, that may not be as obvious to some people, and that's fine. But to me, the difference is night and day between this fight and all the other animated fights in Clone Wars. I'm not taking away from them, I'm just saying I like the style of fight Maul and Ahsoka had better. Some people might completely disagree, and that's understandable. Everyone has different opinions, including me, and hence why this fight is ranked higher on my list. Also, it helps that the two involved are two of my favorite characters as well. Maul should have won that fight, but he became overconfident, and that overconfidence led to his downfall. At number 2, his involvement in the Twilight of the Apprentice storyline. This episode of Star Wars Rebels is the reason Maul shot up my list of favorite Star Wars characters. This episode was just as much about him as it was Ahsoka and Vader. He first appears to Ezra as this harmless old man, and then eventually he's kicking ass against the Inquisitors, killing 2 of them. Now I know some of you might be thinking, well, Maul has more than one moment in this episode, and you're right. But for me, I can't just pick one moment because this entire story is flawless. Speaking of flawless, that's a perfect segue into my number 1 favorite Maul moment. His fight with Obi-Wan Kenobi in Twin Suns. I'm sure there are people that are so sick of hearing me talk about this being one of my favorite Star Wars moments ever. And guess what? I don't care. In this day and age, there's so many flaws in Star Wars storytelling that people don't even understand. Even just the little things. This is one of those stories where there's nothing about it that I want changed. And I know I always say that everyone is entitled to your opinion, but if you think this moment sucks because it's only 3 moves, then you're not thinking about the bigger picture. Maul is so obsessed with Kenobi that it leads to his downfall. Once Obi-Wan uses Qui-Gon's stance, Maul's thinking, wait a second, I beat this already. This dude's so pathetic. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna end this fight early. I'm gonna put him down for good and have my ultimate revenge. And then the next thing Maul knows, he's falling to his death. And Maul in those last moments is thinking, man, I completely read this wrong. I thought this was an old man rotting away in the desert, but instead this is a true Jedi Master on guard duty. And this has to be the most important guard post in the Outer Rim if he's this good. He has to be protecting someone so important, it's caused him to be this good. And of course, Maul figures out who it is. And in the last words, he says, he will avenge us. I think Maul realized in those last moments that not only was he screwed over by Palpatine, but Obi-Wan was too. So there you have it, guys. Those are my top 10 favorite Maul moments. Let me know in the comments below what your favorite Maul moments are and why. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, share this video with others to help support the channel, and I will see you guys next time.
Kenobi!